नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Namaste, good morning, page number 15. Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaaya te namaha. O Ramakrishna, founder of religion universal and the embodiment of all world religions, to thee, the noblest of divine incarnation, I offer my salutation. Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayoh Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Taking shelter at the feet of Sharada, the Universal Mother, and Ramakrishna, the teacher of the world, I salute them again and again. Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satche Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. Salutations to that King of Renouncers, and controller of passions, the sage Vivekananda, who is Sachidananda itself, the spiritual preceptor, the remover of distress. Page number 75. Please listen. Second paragraph. It is a privilege to help others. Do not stand on a high pedestal and take 5 cents in your hand and say, "Here, my poor man." But be grateful that the poor man is there, so that by making a gift to him, you are able to help yourself. It is not the receiver that is blessed, but it is the giver. It's a wonderful opportunity to help others. In this world, especially in this modern world, many people are very much interested in procuring the things, wealth, money, isn't it? And several kinds of resources. But they are not ready to give who are in need. And many people procure the resources more than they require, thus preventing others' basic needs. And here, the act of charity, Swamiji explaining how it has to be done. It's a privilege, Swamiji is telling. It is not an obligation. It's not a compulsion. One should not do it as a compulsion. It is a rule enforced on you. It's not like that. Because it is enforced on us, we are doing. That is not the right attitude. But it's a great opportunity to help others, to serve others, to fulfill others' needs. How? And second thing is, do not stand on a high pedestal and take 5 cents in your hand and saying, "Hey poor man, take this." That is an act of superiority, showing your superiority. I have this thing, you do not have that thing. That's why I am giving you. That is also not yet the right attitude. And several people think that it's a social responsibility. Because we are living in this society, we have some work or some association with others, so that we must have to help others, we must have to take care of others. Of course, up to some extent, that attitude may be okay, but still there is a higher perspective. That is, serving others, seeing them as the manifestations of the divine. All the human beings have emerged from the same source. The same God is living in all the people living on this earth. So everybody has some needs, of basic needs, or some urgent needs which has to be served, and everybody and everybody has the right to make a living on this earth. And also everybody has to solve the highest purpose of the life. That is each and every person's responsibility, and it's a common goal for mankind. Like these 4 kinds of needs are there for each and every human being. By helping, by serving, by assisting in procuring these 4 kinds of needs, okay, if one is able to help the others, that is a greatest act of service. And they in turn have their levels. By fulfilling the needs of the basic needs of the other human being, he can start thinking about others. Isn't it? Suppose food is required, a basic shelter is required, proper shelter is required. Isn't it? Minimum clothes are required, isn't it? These are the basic needs, they have to be fulfilled. If they are not fulfilled, man cannot think about anything else. He will be worried about his life. And if that need is not fulfilled, he may die also. So, each and every human being need few morsels of food every day. And many people on this earth cannot earn their own bread. They are weak. They do not have that capacity. They were neglected by their parents or by their family members, and many orphans, and many physically challenged people. They cannot earn their own bread and butter, isn't it? So helping them in this purpose it will be a great service. But with what attitude we have to do? By fulfilling this need of his, several times we do upavasa, isn't it? Fasting. At the time we feel very restless, isn't it? And our mind will be searching for something. And many people think that if one is fasting, they can keep their mind on God. Well, but if one is torturing their body, okay, if the body is getting tortured, then also they cannot keep their mind on God. Always keeping the mind on God, okay, you may eat sufficient food, that is not a problem. But here, a simple act of charity can serve a human being to fulfill his needs, and in turn, it can become a highest worship also. Because we see the same God is living in all the human beings. Thus we find oneness with others. That universal consciousness should be awakened. Swamiji says these 4 kinds of services. And Sri Ramakrishna also taught him, it is not out of compassion or kindness, but it is an act of service, worship. That's why Sri Ramakrishna taught him Shivajnane Jiva Seva. The person who is serving the Jivas, he is only really worshipping the Shiva. If the person is worshipping the deity in a prayer hall, his worship is still preliminary. The person who is really serving Jivas, he only really worshipping the Shiva. These are very bold statements, very strange statements. But we have so much steeped into tamas, ignorance. That's why we could not realize the importance and the greatness of Indian spiritual wisdom. That's why Swami Vivekananda spread and freely disseminated Indian spiritual knowledge amongst the people of the world in World Parliament of Religions. And in Swamiji's days, when the missionaries were sent to India, Swamiji there itself told them, it is not the need of religion, it is the want of food. It is the need of food. Indians were struggling. In those days, when there were no rains, in Swamiji's days, when there were no rains for 1 year or 2 years, people used to die in lakhs. Nowadays we do not see, so we do not easily comprehend that. But if we read history, we can understand how much Swamiji's heart was feeling for the people of the world. Wherever people are suffering, his heart used to respond like a seismograph. That much tender was his heart, a mother's heart. That's why he was able to see the needs of each and every human being who is living on this earth, irrespective of caste, creed and religion. That's why helping and serving other people is a greatest form of worship. We should not neglect it, we should cultivate it in our daily life. Wonderful day. Please close to class.